Hello everybody, and today I'm going to show you something that will really blow your mind. I decided to break my own rules this time and analyze only 2 episodes instead of 3, not to increase the length of the video too much. I will analyze episodes 84 and 85, and then I'll show you all the secrets and Easter eggs I managed to find. If you really want to know what was meant about the Tri-Titans' instabilities and see the new development of the Alliance, put all your business aside for the next 13 minutes and trust me. Is it true that the improved Cinema Man is going to avenge his brother? Why did Tri-Titan go crazy and shoot Sonar Titan on purpose? And for what kind of mistake can the Toilet Emperor destroy the Toilet Inventor and Necromancer? Get your tea and snacks ready and watch this video to the end. It'll be the best thing you'll about to see today. Let's go. I want to remind you that the last analysis ended at episode 83, where Alliance decided to improve Tri-Titan. But you saw an interesting warning. It was about the possible instability of the Titan, and it's not quite clear what exactly that could mean yet. Also, in the last video, I asked you to tell me more about these hieroglyphs on the Toilet Inventor shields. And I got an answer to that. There is a similar symbol in the game called Doom, and it stands for Fate Fighter. I managed to find another image, and in it you can see a sword with many hieroglyphs, which are exactly the same hieroglyphs covering the whole shield of Toilet Inventor. And the sword itself is very similar in design to the new Tri-Titan blades. Thanks for your help, guys. Well, it's time to see these swords in action, don't you think? Episode 84 is on your screens. You see the city where the Skibidi army reigns. The whole sky is red, which signals that the city has been completely destroyed. And something like this we saw for the first time in episode 53. I think when in Skibidi Wars episodes the whole sky is covered in red color, it means that it belongs to the Skibidi army now. This was the case in episode 56, where the scientist and G-Man were developing new weapons, and in episode 60, where we first met the Toilet Emperor. At the very beginning of the episode, you see 2 big cameramen and TV man who is dressed in a white suit, and behind them there is a tall building. We have already seen them earlier in episode 83, and thanks to them, Tri-Titan has gained new powers. A helicopter flies overhead, and there is a Skibidi toilet underneath. It has razor-sharp blades, the same blades Skibidi woman had in episode 82. The toilet itself reminds me a lot of that jerk who fought Titan TV Man in episode 44 of the original series. It seems it's time for a sweeping, and Sonar Titan sends a couple of missiles to give this city hope for a brighter future. But in response, he gets some powerful shots to the core from a new kind of SWAT toilet. His entire toilet is highly protected, and there are very serious weapon improvements. Such weapons have never been seen by us before in the series. These shots don't seem to bother the Titan much, and he responds by kicking him in a jump as if he's taking part in a WWE wrestling show. But it's not over yet, and you see another scumbag with improvements. He has 2 huge swords and a gas mask on his face, similar to the one you saw on the face of Toilet Emperor in episode 62. He also has 3 mechanical legs and 2 arms, similar to the white-colored ones of the Toilet Inventor in episode 82. This bug doesn't even have time to show his strength, so he is being quickly dealt with by the Tri-Titan improvements. This shot even hit Sonar Titan, and I think I'm starting to understand what kind of instabilities were on the screen in episode 83, but I'll tell you about it later. So watch the video to the end so you don't miss anything. Next, the big boy stabs the creep with his sword, as if he were a kebab and needed a skewer. Also, you can notice some red spheres flying around Tri-Titan. It looks like it's his defense tools or some kind of fireballs, I don't know. Sonar Titan gets up off his knees and gives a thumbs up. Doesn't exactly look like Tri-Titan regrets hitting the poor guy with his shot. Anyway, Sonar Titan didn't quite appreciate such friendly fire, so he flies away realizing that the big boy can handle it alone, and he doesn't want to get under Tri-Titan's punch again. After that, you see 2 more pricks attacking. One of them has 2 heads, and instead of a toilet, you see a bathtub which is covered with protection. He also has 2 powerful cannons on the sides, but luckily we don't get to see how they work. The second one has a powerful piece of armor on his head, and 2 cannons with the number 2 on them. By the way, this gun you could firstly see in episode 53, where G-Man wanted to destroy TV Titan with it. And then the same gun was used by the Toilet Emperor himself, and it's very strange. Does the Skibidi army have such a huge number of resources that now one of the most powerful cannons is used by ordinary Skibidi? In any case, even such capabilities don't help these dumbasses much. At the moment of firing, the Tri-Titan takes off at the lightning speed, and the projectile flies straight into the Skibidi bathtub. This pile of metal falls unconscious, and their heads are wearing goggles for vision. I'm glad Verlance listened to me and pointed out that the Skibidi army is blind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll remind you about how G-Man couldn't hit the POV in the car, and Toilet Phantom couldn't hit any cameraman with his trash. And the cherry on top of the cake is that Toilet Emperor couldn't hit the Tri-Titan core, so he hit right under it instead. There are also 2 Black Mesa logos on the bathtub Skibidi helicopters. You don't seem to be having that much fun now, dullard. You destroyed your friend, and you're gonna get the same thing right now. Tri-Titan lands right on the jerk's head, and you see a huge explosion. And then something really crazy happens. Tri-Titan raises the head of the toilet, showing his immense power. He literally says that if anyone wants to mess with him, they will regret it very quickly. This is being watched by 2 big cameramen giving each other a fist bump, the same ones who ran away at the beginning of the episode. I think these guys were here watching this insanity in order to analyze the Titan and check the fact whether the improvements he got are really effective or not. And after that, they will tell about it to the scientist in jeans from the 83rd episode. Of course, it's not really clear how they survived the explosion, but let's skip that. Then we see the Toilet Inventor and the Toilet Necromancer go to a business meeting in the main base of the Skibidi army, where the Toilet Emperor is already waiting for them. They get down on one knee, and the jerks begin talking to each other. The Toilet Emperor has no protection on his face, but on his sides you see 2 huge swords, and I think they also belong to the Emperor. He also has a protection on his core. It looks like this guy also got some interesting upgrades, and we'll see a few more later. He asks if these assholes know about the Tri-Titan enhancements, and yes, you got it right, guys. If before we didn't know what exactly Skibidi Army was talking about while singing their song, now everything has changed. This is a great solution chosen by Verlance, and thanks to that we can understand more about this multiverse and know about the upcoming plans of Skibidi toilets. This is very cool, bro, so keep it up. Toilet Emperor also has eye protection that resembles normal eyebrows and shoulder protection. Toilet Inventor answers him, and the Emperor blames those 2 jerks because, if you remember episode 82, those pricks let Tri-Titan fly away and didn't even try to grab him. And because of them, Titan was able to return to the base in episode 83 and get his upgrades. Then the freak replies that Titan flew away and they couldn't do anything. Dude, are you serious? The Emperor may not have seen what was going on there, but I and my audience remember this moment, how you struck him with the scythe and the Titan got to fly away. What were you doing with your friend at that moment? That's right. You just stood there and watched it. You didn't attack him again, you just watched him, you damn fool. Okay, after that you see a Skibidi toilet with a tablet. His face has the same mask as the Toilet Emperor's, but with a blue glow. And on the tablet there is a picture of G-Man. The Emperor says that these lowlifes can be rehabilitated if they bring G-Man back and resurrect him. And he also tells them about Jimmy's location. He's at the main Alliance base, and it seems that's where Inventor and Necromancer are headed to. Then the Emperor gives them a final warning, and that if they fail him again, then they will know the eternal agony. And at this point you see the Emperor's other major upgrade. It's an extra 2 mechanical arms that are much bigger than his main arms. Yeah, I agree it looks epic, but dude, do you really think those 2 extra arms are gonna help you deal with an enhanced Tri-Titan? Maybe they have secret powers, but it still looks stupid, and I don't think it's gonna help you, man. Inventor and Necromancer teleport into episode 85, and it's here. It all starts with the experiments over the test subject's toilet. Here you see the chains, and his entire toilet is securely fastened. Then the big speaker man stops by to show you how their new development works. A strange thing that looks like meat tongs falls out of the pipe. The scientist points his finger up, and experiment 61 begins. The toilet gets this fork right in the head, and after a couple of seconds you realize what it's for. The toilet's brain receives special commands that make the toilet serve the Alliance army, and damn, that's genius. The experiments seem to be a success, and the toilet welcomes the big speaker man. TV man seems to be thrilled that it was a success and claps. Big cameraman raises his hands in the air in joy. Good job, genius. Most likely this is the lab where G-Man is, and this fork was created specifically to use it on Jimmy and get him to switch to the Alliance side. But it's not that simple though, and the base gets attacked. After that, Microphone Man runs out to check the situation, and you see a big gun. It is not remotely controlled, and it has a special room where most likely there are cameramen who control it. Next to it, there are two turrets that launch an attack. We see two huge skull toilets with three mechanical legs. Most likely, it is one of the toilets that wanted to attack Sonar Titan in the last episode. But after he was destroyed, the toilet necromancer summoned him from the afterlife, so he will have a second chance to strike. Necromancer is also here, and is preparing to fulfill the Emperor's task and free G-Man from captivity. After that, we move back inside the base and see the Tri-TV woman. After Tri-Titan was upgraded and changed his color from purple to red, the same thing happened to the Tri-Soldiers, and now her TV and speakers are red as well. She points towards the panel responsible for the gate where Cinema Man Titan is, and this is the right moment to open it. Then we see this boy, and he says something, but I don't understand what. Listen for yourself. If you understand what he said, be sure to write your theories in the comments. It's very important to me. The last time we saw this guy was in episode 74, and it looks like he's changed a lot. He looks much smaller now. They removed the speaker protecting his core and the helicopter speakers on his shoulders, and added small shields on his claws. And his core looks just like Titan TV Man's core from the original series, with a few speakers on the sides. He also wears a completely different suit similar to the ones the Tri-Soldiers have, and he now has an extra 4 TVs reminiscent of the large TV Man from the original series. He has the exact same spheres flying around him as the Tri-Titans ones, but only purple in color. He teleports right behind the toilet necromancer's back and says, "I'm gonna take my brother." I can only imagine how angry Cinema Man is now, because right in front of him there is this prick who took over his brother's mind, and now the Titan will have to fight the necromancer who is using his friend's body. The jerk laughs in response and is about to use his scythe again, but at the last moment the Titan shows you his major improvements. The shield on his arm increased in size, and in his other hand a huge sword turns out to be hidden all this time. Holy shit, that looks through the roof, dude! Now this jerk doesn't stand a chance, and soon our old friend TV Titan will be back for an epic battle in the next episode. It looks like the scientist gave not only Tri-Titan superpowers, but also this guy, because their enhancements are very similar. They have the same spheres, and Cinema Man's sword is an exact copy of Tri-Titan's swords, but in purple color. By the way, let's get back to Tri-Titan. I have a theory about what exactly this message on the screen means. As I said earlier, that Titan often ignored the cameramen and destroyed them along with the Skibidi toilets. This happened in episode 57, where Blood Destroy, and in episode 59. What if this enhancement allows you to improve the Titan, but lose control of it? What if now the Tri-Titan has gone completely insane and entered the rage phase? Because in this state, he may not be able to see who is an enemy and who is an ally. This is the reason why he shot both Sonar Titan and Skibidi Toilet in episode 84 without a second thought, and destroyed all the toilets so brutally. Sonar realized that Tri-Titan was out of his mind and decided to get away. Who knows? Maybe if he had stayed there, he would have shared this guy's fate, and instead of his head, there would be Sonar Titan's head. Write your own opinions on this in the comments. And what do you think? Will Cinema Man be able to get his brother's mind back? And that was me, Isotoilet. See ya!